What's going on, everybody? Welcome in the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and we have just some awful news to discuss today. J.J. McCarthy won't be playing next Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals. He is going to be ruled out already with an ankle sprain. Now, we saw it late in the game yesterday. He came up off the field. He was hobbled up. He was limping to the sideline, and he got his ankle wrapped. And it turns out that injury is a lot more serious than it looked like on live TV, and he is dealing with an ankle sprain. And also, Kevin O'Connell left the door open about him going on short-term IR. So not only will we be without J.J. McCarthy this weekend against the Bengals, it could be for the next couple of weeks. So we'll break that down on today's show. Carson Wentz is in line to start. It won't be Max Brosmer. So we'll talk about how that impacts the Vikings offense. Then there's even more bad injury news. Aaron Jones won't play this upcoming Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals, and I don't know if the Vikings sold their soul to have that fourth quarter comeback against the Chicago Bears, but there's just some bad voodoo, some bad mojo going on in this organization. The injury bug is crazy. We'll talk about it all. Sorry, just a little down in the dumps right now. Not going to lie, it's been a rough 24 hours being a Vikings fan. And this is just a brutal blow, man. JJ needs all the reps he can get, and with him dealing with an ankle sprain, there's just a lot going on in his life right now. This is just not good. So we'll break that down here in a second. But if you guys could, hit that subscribe button today. We're closing in here on 60,500 subscribers, so that would be fantastic if you guys could help us out. We crossed over 60K late last night, which is unbelievable, but we're already less than 150 subs away from our next milestone. So if you guys haven't already, hit that subscribe button today. And, if you need any more reason to hit that subscribe button, just these injury update videos I will bring to you guys. I will have you guys posted 24/7 around your favorite football team. But make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel. So let's talk about it. Kevin O'Connell was talking to the media today, and he said J.J. McCarthy will be out this upcoming Sunday against the Cincinnati Bengals dealing with that ankle sprain, and this is just a brutal blow, an absolute brutal blow. One, just for the football team. You're losing your starting quarterback. You're losing a guy who is finally starting to get a lot of reps with this first-team offense that he did not get last season, at least just in terms of in-game reps, and he needs all the reps he can get. That was on full display on Sunday night. He is clearly still a very raw prospect, a very raw player, and he needs all the time he can get. And missing a big-time game like this at home, noon, against a very gettable Bengals defense, this is a massive blow just to his development, especially if he has to miss time, week 4 against the Steelers, week 5 against the Cleveland Browns. This is absolutely catastrophic. I feel bad for JJ. Heart goes out to him. Kid's been through so much as a 22-year-old kid. Tore his meniscus last year. Bounces back, has a terrible first 3 quarters against the Bears, has an unreal fourth quarter, everybody's rallying around him, and then he has a stinker on Sunday night against the Bengals, and now against the Falcons, and now he's going to be ruled out for this Bengals game. And plus, he just had a kid a couple of days ago. There's just a lot going on in his life right now. So this is just a brutal blow. I feel awful for McCarthy. I feel terrible for the rest of the guys on this team, but this also leaves the door open for another member of the Kevin O'Connell QB rehab school, Carson Wentz. Thank the Lord the Vikings signed Carson Wentz before the start of the season, because I loved what Max Brosmer showed in the preseason. He looked pretty damn good. But again, there is a big difference between preseason football and real NFL game football every single Sunday. But now you got a guy like Carson Wentz, solid player. He's had a lot of ups and downs in his NFL career, and he's got a chance here playing with this Vikings team. Even though the rest of the offense, I want to get up here and say, Wentz is going to have one of the best support systems in the NFL. He's got one of the best play callers. He's got a good offensive line. That really wasn't the case this past weekend. The offensive line got their ass handed to him. I thought Kevin O'Connell called one of his worst games of the season. All these long, developing plays. There was just no short, quick game. There's no adjustments. And you could not stay committed to the run in a game that was a game throughout the entire match. You had a chance to stay committed to the run. He did not do that. No quick passing game. And it was and also the receivers just could not separate on Sunday night. Besides Justin Jefferson, Naylor got open a couple of times, but Thielen had a tough time separating. TJ Hawkinson looked absolutely cooked in that game. And just nobody could separate. So now Carson Wentz has a great opportunity. The Vikings are 1-1. You got a home game this Sunday versus Jake Browning. It is going to be Jake Browning versus Carson Wentz. This NFL world we live in is one of a kind. It is truly a soap opera every single week, and it can just change just like that. Like the NFL world, it can humble you very quickly. You can also get way too high, way too quickly on a certain player or a certain team, and it can all come crashing back down to reality just like that. Like my feelings towards this Vikings season just a week ago today, or I guess a little more or a little less than a week ago today, like that Tuesday morning, waking up, feeling good about JJ, feeling good about this team. They finally got their rhythm in that fourth quarter. And then what happened? You lay an egg on Sunday Night Football. Your quarterback is now out for potentially more than just one game. KOC said they don't plan on putting him on short-term IR, but that door is open. So this might not only be without JJ for next week, this could be without JJ until probably week 7 against the Philadelphia Eagles, which, I'll tell you what, if you just try to throw him back in the lineup for that game, like that's going to be a tough spot, and that's why this injury is so catastrophic. Like you had 3 gettable opponents the next 3 weeks. You got 3 AFC North teams, the Bengals, the Steelers, and the Browns. Those 3 gettable games. But then after the bye, if JJ comes back then, I mean, it's the Ravens, it's the Eagles, it's the Commanders, it's the Lions twice, it's the Packers twice. I mean, it's in Seattle versus the Seahawks and Sam Darnold. Like, there are no easy, gettable games during the second half of the season. Maybe the Bears at home, you would call that an easy one. But it is incredibly disappointing. Now, KOC did say specifically he is likely out, but Schefter also said he is for sure out, and it will be Carson Wentz in line to start. So, obviously, once we get more updates throughout the week, we'll keep you guys posted. But this is just incredibly disappointing. Heart goes out to JJ. Going through a lot right now, but those football teams got to rally around Carson Wentz. You know he's got a big arm, and those big arm quarterbacks who are very turnover prone, Kevin O'Connell has done a good job with them. So hopefully this offense will look a lot better than it did the last couple of weeks here on Sunday. But, man, Carson Wentz grew up a Vikings fan, die-hard Vikings fan, and now he's got a chance to start for his hometown team this upcoming week. But I do want to get you guys the latest injury news around Aaron Jones. He is hurt, dealing with the hamstring injury, I believe. Yes, Aaron Jones dealing with a hamstring injury, so he will also be out for this Week 3 matchup versus the Bengals. So that would mean a lot more Jordan Mason, which honestly I think is a good thing. I think Jordan Mason should be the lead back. He should be out there 85% of plays. I think he's better in blitz pickup. Even Jones yesterday, he dropped that screen. Like, you can't even say he's the better pass catcher. I know he had that one touchdown, but Mason could have caught that as well. So I guess that's a kind of a positive. We'll get a heavy dosage of Jordan Mason in this one. Maybe Ty Chandler. He steps up. He plays some big-time snaps for this team. But I'll tell you what, guys, I'm overall just in kind of shock right now. This is incredibly heartbreaking news. This is not good. J.J. McCarthy dealing with an ankle sprain. And it was funny, when he walked off the field yesterday, you kind of thought, all right, it was whatever. He got stepped on. He probably has like a slight bruise or something on his ankle or his foot. No, it turns out it's a legit ankle sprain. Might be worse than that. Who the hell knows, especially if they're keeping the door open for him going on short-term IR, which would be absolutely catastrophic. But this is big-time news around the Vikings. Now, we will be going live here in probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours, breaking down the latest around this football team. Also giving you guys a little Bengals preview here, but just overall not good as we are. Hold on, just let me double-check this. Kevin O'Connell, yeah, it's just him talking about the injury, but I wonder if this is going to impact Christian Darrisaw. Like, if they're going to kind of slow play him back, if it's just like, hey, everybody's hurt, might as well try to get everybody healthy after the bye. Maybe the Vikings are somehow 3-2 heading into that, and it's like, all right, now we got all 11 on both sides of the football. Cashman will be back, Van Ginkel will be back, Darrisaw back, Addison back, but at the end of the day, this is not good. I will say, if I'm trying to be optimistic, I'm excited to see Carson Wentz. Like, at least you have a decent backup. Like, I would have loved to see Max Brosmer, but that could have been very bad very quick. So we'll see how the Vikings play it. It's a better option than Sam Howell, so thank the Lord that they picked up Carson Wentz before the season. But, hey, this is why you guys hit that subscribe button. We'll keep you posted with everything around your Minnesota Vikings. And we'll see you guys next time. Again, we'll be live later on the channel, probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys next time. Skol Vikes.